The kings are dead. Long live the kings. You may or may not have heard this yet, but RoadKill is done. It's over with. Motortrend is pulling the plug. And you shouldn't probably be that surprised. Unfortunately, Motortrend and a lot of the legacy media have really been having a very tough time in things right now. And nothing shows that better than the legendary show that is RoadKill finally coming to an end. That's some very good stuff. So, it's a tough time right now. We're all kind of in mourning. We saw previously that the guys of Top Gear and Grand Tour called it quits. There is no more. And now RoadKill is roadkilled. And it's a sad day. It very much is. I respect those guys and I love them very much for what they have done. To be honest, they have formed what it is that we do as automotive YouTubers more than anybody else that's out there. This car specifically, I drug this car out of a guy's yard in Southern Ohio and did what I had to do to be able to get up and running. You know, it's not, creature comforts aren't there. The car is not complete in any way, but that's not the point. What they taught us was to just go out there, do what you needed to do to fix it, and get out there and enjoy it. And that's what that car was for me. That's what that car is for me. And it's because of those guys and watching them what they did with RoadKill that most of us automotive YouTubers got into what we do. Now the guys from Grand Tour and Top Gear, they took things to a totally different level with a totally different type of experience. But it was the same kind of thing. It was a couple of guys going out having a good time, enjoying an experience, going on an adventure together. And it's been inspirational to see what those guys have done, both teams, and to see what impact they have had on what it is that I do and what it is that I enjoy doing. And I'm a little bit upset, but a little bit excited about what's possibly going to be ahead when we look at the automotive creator space. Now, undoubtedly, Finnegan and Freiberger both are doing fantastically well. They both are here on YouTube. Guys, hi. If you happen to see my video, good to see you. Welcome to the YouTube universe, because this is really where things are going to continue on. The next generation is going to be right here on YouTube. And it's very possible that somebody who's already making content on YouTube is going to be that next generation. Now, whether or not that's me, or it's somebody else, or it's a combination of those people, it's hard to say. I would love to be a part of that. We'll see where it goes. Now, obviously, I've got my own couple of vehicles that I've got some fun with. I've got my own projects and things that are fun for me and that are enjoyable for me. But what it's going to really take is, and I'm curious about what you think, is it going to be something where it's one-off guys like me, or is it going to be something like where we're going to see a team come together like Finnegan and Freiberger, or like James and Richard and Jeremy, where they come together and they become a team to go out on these kinds of adventures. It's going to be interesting to see. I've tried it a little bit with my 2500 road trip. Now that was mostly with non-YouTubers. That was just my friends and I. We went out and bought $2,500 cars and go on a 2,500 mile road trip in a similar vein to what the guys from Top Gear and Grand Tour would do, obviously without all the shenanigans and the film crew and all that kind of stuff. But it was a great time. We've had a fantastic time every time we've done it. It's a really great experience to guys to go out on an adventure together and to kind of have a guys trip. Wonderful, wonderful time. And I totally understand the tears that came off of my face, and I know that Jeremy shed tears as well when they wrapped that show up. But it's going to be interesting to see, now that legacy media has continued to die off, specifically Motortrend and a lot of the other ones, will there be another generation of that? Will there be somebody or some team of somebodies that step up and become that next generation of content creators? And I'm super interested to see where that is. I know there have been a couple of people that have tried certain things, like Hoovy and Tavarish and a couple of those guys, where they try to do some of that. I don't know whether or not it's catching on, whether or not it's had the impact that those guys did, or maybe it's just not something we're going to ever see again. It's going to be very hard to replace Finnegan and Freiberger. No doubt about it. Those boys have had unbelievable influence on the automotive space over decades. They have done a fantastic job of making this kind of stuff and, you know, this kind of stuff interesting and attainable for normal people. A lot of what we run into in the automotive YouTube space is people that just spend gobs of money, piles and piles of money, and it kind of doesn't jive with what some of us like to do. We just want to go out and beat on our little old school cars that we don't have a ton of money in, And because we don't have a ton of money in them, we're willing to have some fun with them. You know, those guys take engines out of things in the junkyard, fix things on the side of the road. It's all about the adventure. It's all about the experience. It's not necessarily about building the greatest, most incredible, most expensive thing out there. That's honestly exactly the opposite to what those guys do. So it's going to be an interesting thing to see what happens. I'm optimistic. I think it's going to be a great experience and a great time to be an automotive YouTube creator. I think I really want to see somebody or some group of somebody's really stepping up and trying to fill that void that we're going to see with Grand Tour and with Roadkill both being gone now. Or is it just time to be focused on what individuals are doing and what individual channels are doing? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I wish I had a crystal ball to look into that. I might look like a wizard, but I can't see into the future. So I don't know. We'll see. Finnegan, Freiberger, guys, I love you very much. I've met you both. I'm sure you don't remember me at all, but you're both genuine gentlemen, and I'm glad to see you making a home here on YouTube, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen for you guys in the future. The nice thing is here on YouTube is you don't have to worry about what everybody says. You can do whatever the hell you want to. So you can make stories, and you can make adventures, and you can make car projects based on what it is you want to do, not necessarily based on what the editor or the people that are in charge of the experience decide you really actually should be doing. And that's the beautiful thing here at YouTube. So I hope you guys do well. I wish you all the best. I look forward to what you're going to be creating. Now the boys in Grand Tour, that's a pretty big experience. That's going to require some serious muscle to be able to get behind a project to be able to make a new version of that. I know Top Gear is pretty much done, which really sucks because of some issues that happened in England. There's still one in Australia. Top Gear Australia is still around, and I know there's some other small ones, but for the most part, the one that we're all in love with, the one that we all remember through the last 20-something years, that one is over and done with. And American Top Gear tried to be a thing. You know, Rutledge Wood and those boys, they tried to do a good job with it. It just maybe just didn't jive right, or didn't catch on. Maybe it was just the wrong time. Maybe we see a rejuvenation of the American Top Gear thing, or is it time for somebody else to step up? I'm just going to go ahead and throw my hat in the ring that if there's anybody else out there that's a content creator that wants to do something along those lines, that does automotive stuff, and is looking for somebody that's a short, fat, bearded guy that's at least mildly entertaining and semi-comfortable on camera, has no sense of shame, hey, I'm right here. Let me know. Hit me in the comments section below. Shoot me an email. Send me some smoke signals. Stop by the shop. Say hi. I'm interested. I think it'd be great to be able to see some other group come together. And whether or not that's me, whether or not that's anybody I know, or whether that's somebody that hasn't even joined YouTube yet, I think this is going to be the place that we're going to see them. I think YouTube is the spot to do it because it can be completely unscripted, completely out of control. We can have a good time. And we, as the content creators, see all the revenue that comes out of that. Unlike things that are on Discovery Channel or everywhere else with Street Outlaws and all of the stupid stuff that you see online. No offense, boys, if you're part of that crowd. But a lot of it's pre-scripted. A lot of the drama that's created, a lot of the things that are edited out of it or edited into it are not necessarily part of the things that you and I enjoy watching. We want the real deal stuff. We want the real people. We want the real experiences. We don't want all the fluff, right? And I think that's one of the beautiful things about automotive YouTube, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't know. Call me old-fashioned, call me what you will, but I think this could be a great time. I'm sorry to see them go, but I'm excited to see what they've got ahead. I know they're not going to walk away from this because I think both those boys still have a lot of fun and creation left into them. So, one last time. The Kings are dead. Don't drop your bottle of rum, Austin. Wait a minute, I'm a pirate. The Kings are dead. Long live the Kings. Thanks for being here, guys. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.